Good evening, everyone. Welcome into a quick check here on your weather impact forecast. We're scanning the skies, looking for some action here, and we're not finding much happening weather-wise over the next few days that's going to be problematic. Sure, it has been cold. We had temperatures down into the single digits, but this Arctic air is not hanging around very long. It'll be pressing out of here pretty quickly after this very chilly start that we dealt with here on Sunday morning. Can you believe some of these low temperatures Sunday morning? Wow. All right, so here we go. What's new? Well, the Arctic air is going to be retreating. The winds have diminished, so that's good news. They'll be picking up out of the southeast as we go into tomorrow. So despite a cold start on Monday, it won't be as cold as what we saw on Sunday. It is a much milder pattern for the week ahead, that's for sure. Your morning low temperatures across the bi-state area. Look at these numbers that we were dealing with. 5 in Alton, 6 in St. Charles, 6 out here, a lot of 6 and 7s. 7 out in Wentzville, 7 down in Peevely. Shiloh was 7 degrees this morning, 6 even in Forest Park over in Trenton, Illinois as well. Satellite radar, basically not a whole lot to show you. Skies are mainly clear here. There are a few clouds dropping around the Great Lakes. Our temperatures, while they have dropped back this evening, they are not as cold and not in a free fall like we were last night. Where there's snow on the ground to our north and northeast, you have some colder temperatures. Minneapolis right now already down this Sunday evening to 1, already below 0. Up in Springfield, Illinois. They have a pretty healthy snow on the ground there. Our overnight lows are coldest north and east of St. Louis, and we should reach most of these low temperatures around midnight, and then we steady out and winds turn more to the south, and that's going to result in temperatures rising as we head towards daybreak. And rise they will as we come through the week ahead. We get some more cold air towards Thursday night and Friday, but it's a quick hit and not nearly as intense as what we just went through. And then you're looking at Monday afternoon, back above 40 degrees and then around 50 on Tuesday. So yeah, there's a lot of change going on across the region here weather-wise the next few days. For your Monday morning, we're talking temperatures in the teens, wind chill, still some single digits, but not way below 0 like we were looking at early on Sunday morning. It should end up being a pretty bright Monday. If you work outside in construction, obviously it's a very cold start, but it does get warmer and we get up close to 40 during the afternoon hours. Then we're around 50 here as we go to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We go into the mid-50s. Thursday, there is a front that comes through here, gives us some rain chances, maybe even some rumbles of thunder early on Thursday, and then it dramatically cools us off for Friday. But not to the extent that we had on Sunday. Sunday's high in St. Louis was only 18 degrees. Saturday, we're back up to 55. Sunday, we back off a little bit. This is the trend we're going to be on here for the next week or so as this jet stream that's taken the big dip here through our region and off to the east retreats back to the north. High pressure is right now over southern portions of Illinois, so we're getting on the back side of that. That means we're getting on the warmer side of that system. That's the trend that we will set as we go through the day on Monday. Midweek, Wednesday, we'll be watching a developing system. This is the one that's going to zip our way from the north and west. Now, this one's a little bit different. First of all, it doesn't have bitter cold Arctic air behind it. It has polar air, so it's going to be colder for sure. But this one's also able to get some moisture from the Gulf out ahead of it. And so that means our chances for rain increase somewhat, especially as we head towards Thursday morning. We think there'll be a band of showers, maybe some thunderstorms that come through. Our thinking right now is a severe weather threat's going to be mitigated, first of all, by the time of day and the fact that we're not all that unstable. The best instability is down to our south. By later in the day, this is all pushing off to the east and getting out of our area. Skies will be clearing, but then we will bring in at least some partly cloudy skies for Friday as the colder air wraps around. Friday morning, we're out the door with about 20 degrees for the high or the low, and then 40 for the high on Friday. So that's closer to really what's more typical for this time of year. These other numbers here in the mid-50s, that's running about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. There is a low chance on Saturday with that weather system that we would get something to fall from the sky, but that something would be in the form of rain. There isn't any snow in our forecast in the near future. So our temperature trends, we've gone from being well below average. We're turning the trends now and pushing them back above average for much of the week. Now that's going to ease a little bit there going into Friday, but then by Friday night into Saturday, we're still trending above average. And as we look into next week, which is Christmas week, the warmer than average trends, those probabilities are off the charts. Every member of the ensembles that we're looking at, I shouldn't say every member, but every ensemble that we're looking at is trending way towards the warmer side of things and much above average. There's a couple of outliers that say, yeah, it won't be that, it'll be a little cooler, but there's not many of them. Most of them are trending quite warm next week, at least at or above 50 for highs for several days Christmas week, if not Christmas itself. So we're getting close to that. It's coming within forecast sight there. Wednesday would be Christmas Eve, and we're forecasting 52 for the high. Don't see any big storms outside of what we have coming through here early on Thursday, with most of us getting at least a decent shot at a band of showers and some rumbles of thunder. But again, not anticipating at this point severe weather with that, based on the time of day and the ingredients not overlapping and in play with each other the way we traditionally like to see them come together for severe weather, and we don't want that. We'd like to end this year without any additional severe weather. We've had enough. All right, you have a great evening.